All right, let's tackle a problem that can be a real headache. A Windows 10 computer that just won't start. You know, you're facing that dreaded black screen, or maybe an endless loading loop. Well, a corrupted registry might be the culprit. So we're going to walk through the exact steps to fix it and get you back up and running.
It's just that sinking feeling, isn't it? You hit the power button and nothing. Or it tries, but it just can't quite get to the desktop. It is so frustrating. But hey, don't panic. Windows actually has a hidden, built-in backup of its core settings that we can use to fix this very problem, and I'm going to show you exactly how to get to it.
So what is this registry thing we're trying to fix anyway? Well, think of it like the central nervous system for your entire Windows setup. It holds all the vital info about your hardware, your software, your settings, literally everything. And when a file in that database gets messed up, which can happen from a bad install or even just shutting down too quickly, Windows basically gets confused and doesn't know how to load. That's why restoring it from a healthy backup is so incredibly effective.
So, here's our game plan. It's a clear 4-step process. First, we'll get into the advanced recovery menu. Second, we're going to pop open the command prompt and find where your Windows installation is hiding. Third, we'll run the actual commands to restore the registry. And finally, the best part, rebooting to a working computer. Let's dive in.
Okay, first things first, we have to get into a special startup mode that gives us access to all the repair tools we're going to need.
Now, this first method works if your PC can still boot up but is maybe a little unstable. You're going to head to Settings, then click on Update and Security, and find the Recovery tab. Under Advanced Startup, go ahead and click Restart Now. Now, if you can't get into Windows at all, you might need to force a shutdown 3 times in a row. That should trigger this same recovery environment automatically.
Once your PC restarts, you'll see a blue screen with a few options. The first thing you're going to do is select Troubleshoot. Then, on the next screen, click on Advanced Options, and the tool we're looking for today is the Command Prompt. Go ahead and click that.
Okay, so you should now be looking at a black window with a little blinking cursor. Don't be intimidated. This is the command prompt, and it's our direct line to fixing the system. We're just going to type in a few simple commands one by one. I'll walk you through it.
Now here's a really interesting little quirk. In this recovery mode, your main Windows drive is usually not C. It often gets assigned the letter D. So the very first thing we're going to do is type D and hit Enter, just to switch over to that drive.
Perfect. You should see that the prompt has changed from something like x/ to d/. That's our confirmation that we've successfully switched to what is, hopefully, our main Windows drive.
But how do we know for sure it's the right drive? Well, we're going to check what's on it. The next command is super simple. Just type dir, that's dir, and press Enter. This is going to show us all the files and folders right where we are.
So when you run that dir command, you're going to get a list. The one thing you're looking for is a folder named Windows. If you see that, you're in the right place. If not, don't worry. Just try another drive letter, like E. Hit Enter and run that dir command again until you find it.
Fantastic. We found our patient. Now it's time for the surgery. This next set of commands is where we're going to perform the actual registry restore.
We need to get into a really specific folder where all the registry files are kept. The command for this is cd windows/system32. That CD just stands for Change Directory. This command is going to take us deep into the core of the Windows system. And you can see the proof right there on the screen. The prompt is now much longer, showing d/windows/system32. That tells us we are in exactly the right spot.
Okay, before we make any changes, it is absolutely critical that we create a safety net. So we're going to run 2 quick commands. First, mkdir config back creates a new folder for our backup. Then copy config back copies the current and possibly corrupted registry files into that brand new folder. This is our just-in-case step.
So that first command makes the folder, and the second one should come back and tell you that 10 files copied. That's our cue. Our safety net is now officially in place.
And now for the main event. First, we type cd config/regback. This takes us into a special folder where Windows keeps its own clean backup of the registry. Then we type copy ****. Now this command looks a little funny, but it just tells the computer to copy everything, that's the little star, from this folder, up 1 level, that's the 2 dots, and into the main config folder, overwriting the broken files.
Now this next part is really important. When you run that copy command, Windows is going to ask for your permission to overwrite each file. For every single question, like overwrite.default, you have to type the letter Y and then hit Enter to say yes. Make sure you do this for every single file it asks about.
And just like that, the hard part is over. You have successfully copied the healthy registry files right back where they belong. There's just one simple thing left to do.
You can now go ahead and close that black command prompt window. Just click the X in the corner. That'll take you back to the blue recovery screen, and from there, just click the big Continue button. Your PC will restart, and with any luck, it will boot straight to your familiar Windows desktop.
And that's it. That is how you restore the Windows 10 registry from its own secret backup. A really powerful fix for a super frustrating problem. If this helped you out, let us know what PC issue we